process of helping us to grow and evolve. And you don't have to win a gold medal to be an Olympian hero. You just got to meet your life challenges. They're different for all of us. All we need to do is look within and find the yes to the next emotional, psychological, spiritual challenge that comes our way. But how do we find the courage to do this? It's scary, right? We're going to do this and we're going to find ourselves doing exactly what happened to Joseph, right? He has this dreams. He didn't ask for the dreams. He had dreams of greatness. His brothers didn't have dreams of greatness. They got jealous and hated him. They couldn't speak peaceably to him. They wanted to kill him, for goodness sakes. That's part of the cost of saying yes to this. But it's no reason to hold ourselves back. And of course, this isn't the end of the story either. Joseph goes on to realize his full potential and actually helps his brothers out in the end. How do we find that courage? Well, to deal with the costs, because there are costs. I have a theory about this. You won't be surprised. My theory is that we share a unified consciousness with every human being that has ever lived. Because consciousness is not merely the byproduct of our individual brain matter. Consciousness is cosmic, man. It's cosmic. Swiss psychoanalyst Carl Jung discovered that every modern human being has access to all the ancient symbols and myths and stories and the psychic energy contained within all of those by tapping into what he called the collective unconscious. And all you have to do is go to bed at night and have a dream. And people start dreaming about Egyptian hieroglyphics. They never read about them. They don't know what they're about, but there they are in their dreams. Because we all have access to this collective unconscious. We also have access to a collective consciousness. Irvin Laszlo, who's a highly respected scientist, calls this the Akashic field. And so, we share the same mind as those first humans who stepped down out of the trees onto the African savannas, even though it was much more risky there. They were much more vulnerable. But all the potential, all their evolutionary potential, depended on them making that step down. That mind is in us. We share the mind that caused Christopher Columbus and Magellan and those other European explorers to challenge the myth that the world was flat, and they went to the very edges of accepted reality. That mind is in us. We're encompassed in that mind. Whatever it was that helped Betty Friedan and Gloria Steinem to step out into the stormy waters of patriarchy and challenge it, we also have access to. The mind that was in Rosa Parks when she refused to give up her seat in that bus in Montgomery, Alabama, we participate in that same mind. When Martin Luther King Jr. gave his famous speech, "I have a dream, knowing that he may just be assassinated," that's the mind that's in us. We're in that mind. Whoever that first fellow was who brought his hammer down upon the Berlin Wall took that step. We share that mind. Or I love that image of the fellow in Tiananmen Square who's standing in front of the tank. As the tank moves, he moves, stand in front of it. That's in you and me, friends. That's how we gain the courage. And for those of us who are Christians, of course, we have access to the mind of Christ. St. Paul says, have this mind in you that was in Christ. What was he talking about? This is what he was talking about. Have this mind in you that was in the Christ who walked on the water and invited Peter to step out of the boat and into his full potential. Peter gets a bad rap in this story, at least the way it's been interpreted. The way it's usually told, he failed. Peter stepping out was a glorious triumph of courage and inspiration. And when Jesus said, "O ye of little faith," it wasn't an admonishment. It was Jesus' way of saying, "Man, you just about nailed it. You had it there for a moment. We're going to work on your faith, Peter, and we're going to work on your fear. It's within your grasp." The only true failure in life, isn't this true, is the failure to refuse to ever step out of the boat. You can step out of the boat and sink 1,000 times. It's not a failure. It's a success. We all get scared, though, don't we? I get scared. This is what causes Peter to densify, to contract, sink like a stone. He was doing it, and then he noticed that he was doing it inside. I'll bet he said something like, "I'm Peter, though. I'm not Jesus. I'm not supposed to be able to do this. And if I do this, then how are people going to think about me? And my life's going to change, and I'm not sure I'm ready for that." And down he goes. Right? Have you been there? I read a few books, and all of a sudden I'm an authority. And inside, there's a part of me, my ego contracts. And I get afraid that people are going to find out how really shallow I truly am. But really, I have nothing to say, nothing new, etc., etc. I start to sink. And that's when I hear the voice of Jesus say, and when you can hear the voice of Jesus say, to quote a line from a well-known hymn, "Oh, ye of little faith," come on. It's not about you anyway, silly. It's about the mind that is in you. The same mind that was in me, that was in Peter for a moment there. And the moment we think it's about us and our performance and how are we doing anyways and do they like me, we're going down. So we learn from that. And when we start going down, we reach out our hand to Jesus and we cry just like Peter did, "Save me, Jesus." And we get back in the boat and he dries us off and pats us on the back like an Olympian coach and says, "Next time, next time." Imagine if what we call church was a community of people who existed to help each other reach their fullest potential. If we were able to gather in groups and share with each other what are the life conditions that are challenging us right now, and then ask each other for help so that we could step out, step into our potential. And for some of us, these life conditions are going to be very personal. For others of us, we're going to be at a place of being called by the life conditions of our fragile planet, or by poverty, or by issues of injustice. We're all at different places. It doesn't matter. The tent's big enough for us all. But this world